historic and unprecedented event has occurred. The question of whether or not we are alone in the universe has been answered.
This is so cool.
More ships have just arrived over India, England, and Germany.
I really don't think they flew 90 billion light years to come down here and start a fight.
We gotta stop them! They're gonna kill us all!
They're using our own satellites against us. The clock is ticking.
Launch a counteroffensive with a full nuclear strike.
Over American soil.
If we don't strike soon, there may not be much of an America left to defend.
Being exterminated.
Let's kick the tires and light the fires.
Hello and welcome to this What Do You Want to Watch Spoilercast for Roland Emmerich's 1996 hit film, Independence Day. I'm your host, Ashley Hubley. Joining me today, Dylan Blight.
Happy to be here to talk about space aliens and America. Fuck yeah.
Yes, so of course, we're mere days away from the next Roland Emmerich film, Moonfall. So we thought we'd go back and revisit his biggest movie, I think, and probably the movie that led to Moonfall. So, with that said, please be aware we'll be freely discussing anything and everything about the plot themes in any of the films, so if you haven't watched it, come back later. It's currently screening on Disney Plus. Apparently, it's a Disney Plus movie. It's a Disney movie. So yeah, with that said, let's jump to our discussion of Independence Day, directed by Roland Emmerich, written by Dean Devlin and Roland Emmerich, starring Will Smith, Bill Pullman, Jeff Goldblum, Mary McDonnell, Judd Hirsch, Margaret, Colin, Randy Quaid, Robert Loggia, James Rebhorn, Harvey Fierstein, and Harry Connick Jr. An alien race destroys major cities of the world with their advanced weaponry. However, a geek, a pilot, the US president, and a group of ragtag survivors unite to save mankind from annihilation. Dylan, what did you think of Independence Day? What are your memories of Independence Day? I feel like it's one of these seminal movies.
So, I actually don't like this movie much because I hated it as a kid for some reason.
Wow.
I think my dad, I think put this on too early, or maybe it was just like too much. I don't know. Something about it rubbed me the wrong way whenever I watched it for the first time. And then ever since then, it's just like ingrained in my brain as sort of bad memory. But all I know is like my dad really liked this film. He had an Independence Day shirt for a while there. Trying to put Independence Day on. Good time. The shirt had the White House exploding with the ship above it, like the classic poster.
Classic, yeah.
And I've never really vibed with it for some reason, and I honestly don't have a particular answer as to why. Like, it's just one of those weird things. I think maybe I legit think I tried to watch it too young. I think maybe I assume I would have enjoyed seeing shit explode. Maybe the aliens freaked me out. Maybe there was just too much sci-fi mumbo jumbo talk. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe something clicked the wrong way. I like it. Like, I can enjoy watching it now. I'd say it's okay, but I definitely don't have like a nostalgic. Oh, when I watched this when I was young, it's the complete opposite. When I watched this when I was young, I hated it. So, which is a weird thing because you wouldn't think so. It's not like a boring drama or something. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
Interesting. Yeah, I love this movie as a kid. I think, it's definitely one of those movies that I remember watching it multiple times. Even to the extent, I'm pretty sure, how you could have like sound effects on your computer and stuff like that. I like a bunch of Independence Day sound effects on my computer.
I changed all my sound effects on the computer to just be stuff from Eurotrip. So like
that doesn't seem like something you should have as a small child.
No, I mean like when I was 12 or whatever. I don't know. When I was older, when I started fucking around with that stuff. But you just reminded me. But that's what I did. Eurotrip where it's got the male motherfucker, like that's his like tone thing in that movie. Change that to my email alert. Yep. Bunch of other shit too.
Okay. I believe you.
Side story.
Yeah, so I, obviously have a lot of nostalgia for the film, but this is obviously the first time I've watched it in, like, years. So, I think it still holds up for the most part. Like, I think it's a well put together, like, disaster movie, alien invasion movie. There's not much there that is dated, I don't think, which is reasonably impressive. Like, some of the visuals are not super fantastic, but a lot are, I think. Like, visually, I think it holds up reasonably well.
I think most of it looks pretty good still.
I think there's like some explosions and that kind of stuff, but other than that, I think it's pretty fantastic. What did you think of this? Like, the story of, like, it's a weird one. The aliens just show up and decide, hey, we're going to kill everybody, which is interesting because apparently it's based off Roland Emmerich, like, having discussions with press during, I think, either Stargate or Universal Soldier, and he's discussing his own alien belief that alien life is out there. But then all the alien movies that come out is like aliens coming into Earth and like hiding away, whereas this is like them coming in and fucking shit up.
It's like an old school, like 50s alien movie, or like whatever. It's just that it's War of the Worlds. I mean, it's just an invasion story.
Yeah.
Not hey, let's explain the aliens' reasons for invading Earth. No, it's just they're the aliens, they're the bad guys, the one true enemy, which works in a storyline because for where it's like all of humanity must get together, not just countries. We must all work together. Like, that's sort of the story, I guess. Like, there's not much story when you think about it. It's literally, hey, here's a character, alien ship. Oh, there's a doctor, scientist. They used to date. They're dating. Pilot. Got to somehow fucking hack into this ship. Plant a virus. Don't really know how he gets into their Wi-Fi. That part's never explained, but whatever.
Their password's 1 2 3 4.
That's the only part of the movie on rewatch I was like, I don't really understand that part. Like, like,
how do you hack into this advanced technology? Yeah.
How do you just randomly open a laptop, pick up the alien ship systems
interface
without without plugging into it somehow or anything like that? Yeah, that.
Okay, yeah, that's one bit.
And then because it's the 90s, they do the same thing they do in like movies like Swordfish and everything, where they got obsessed with these, hacker movies.
Yeah, they got the graphic.
It's either like people typing really fast or like lots of debug screens, and then people like have to downsplain a computer virus because people in the 90s didn't understand computers could get viruses. So I was like, I'm going to give it a cold. Computer virus.
Yeah, and the signal thing that he's got at the start, it's like a bunch of ones and zeros. It's just all binary.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. I think, acting-wise, I think Bill Pullman's pretty fantastic. Of course, that Independence Day speech is like iconic, yeah. It's like timeless. But then, Will Smith, man, he was great, wasn't he?
I mean, this is sort of as far as I'm concerned, this is the movie that made him. I don't like
made him a movie star.
I know some people like to claim other things and whatever else, but I feel like it's this, right? I mean, he's cocky a little bit, but he's got skill. It's just, this is sort of the go-to Will Smith character for years to go.
I mean, Bad Boys came out the year before, so.
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't feel like. I don't know.
I mean, what a Bad Boys in 95, Independence Day in 96, Men in Black in 97, Enemy of the State in 98. And Wild Wild West in 99. So
Wild West, the movie Will Smith says was the worst thing he's done. Maybe I should finally get into that. I brought the audiobook. I got the fucking audiobook. I should just listen to it. The book he just put out, Ash. Will Smith, autobiography. It's out now.
Check out the Amazon link below.
Yeah, came out like 2 weeks ago. I brought the audio. You can buy a physical copy. We are sponsored. We're not actually sponsored.
We're not sponsored? No, that's a shame. But yeah, I think, super charming throughout the entire film. I particularly enjoy the scene where he is waking up in the morning take your piss. It's like everybody's moving away. Like everybody's scared of these earthquakes.
Yeah. They're overreacting.
Yeah, just the
You know what
realization.
that reminded me of?
What?
Don't look up.
I mean, true. They didn't look up until it was
True.
for a long time.
Couldn't help it or think about it. Just...
Yeah. Was there a particular action sequence or destruction scene that you thought was the best?
Best action scene, destruction scene. I feel like the it doesn't look the greatest, but I feel like the tensest scene is actually when his partner's like trying to escape through the bridge or the tunnel and all that sort of thing. Even though it's sort of dumb that she literally just hides and survives.
In the room to the side, like fire doesn't go left.
Yeah, in Indiana Jones like jumps in the fridge sort of explanation. But I feel like that general sequence with stuff in the background, I feel like was cool. As for an action sequence, I would say it's just the president in the fighters, that whole thing, and then old mate coming in and being like, "I got one," and then he goes up and he's like, "It's me again, motherfuckers," or whatever he says.
Back. Yeah.
I'm back. Yeah, that whole sequence is probably the best action sequence.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, I think the initial destruction sequence, like blowing up the Empire State Building and like the White House, like I think that probably still holds up as like pretty impressive destruction sequences. And like I said, this movie kind of like set the road for where Roland Emmerich's career would go on from here. I mean, his next film is Godzilla, so. And then
have you seen that? How many of his movies have you seen?
I've seen Independence Day. I've seen Godzilla. I watched The Patriot. I've seen The Day After Tomorrow. I saw 10,000 BC. I've seen 2012. I saw White House Down, which is the superior White House movie.
Related movie? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it.
Neither of us have actually bothered to watch the sequel to this. It's
No.
funny.
I heard it's not very good, so, I mean, maybe.
It's funny, though. Like, think back, like, this... I don't know, there's a period here where these, like, disaster movies were just the movie. You know what I mean? And
but,
Independence Day was the
Independence Day
kickoff,
was
basically.
the second highest grossing movie of all time when it came behind Jurassic Park. So, I mean, it made a lot of money.
Would have loved to see aliens or White House getting blown up. I don't know.
One or the other. It's like, what's
One
the
or
draw?
other. Who's to say?
Yeah. Yeah. I think the other thing that's kind of dated weirdly is like all the random cultures of people that show up to like look at the downed aircraft. It's like a little bit stereotypical. It's like this African tribe shows up out of nowhere to look at this.
Yeah.
It's like
My favorite part is they're like, oh, Africa, gotta have African tribe, not actual just people living in Africa. Or, you know what I mean? Like it's always like it's a tribe or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they show wherever else, Iraq and whatever else.
Yeah.
But my favorite part is like after showing all these people, cuts to Sydney Harbour Bridge, Opera House in the background. They're like, fuck, we don't know how to do Australian accent. Nah, nothing.
No, nothing. Yeah.
Nothing. They're like, can't do it. And they're like, oh, maybe if we put Aboriginal people, is that offensive? Like, we already did the African.
Can't have
so
two similar ones.
Just, yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about Independence Day?
Well, I was thinking it's fun. Like, all I was thinking is, like, I watched Twister, like, a couple weeks back, right?
Yeah.
First time, watched Twister. And all these disaster movies, gotta be honest, since I rewatched this now and I watched Twister, I'm picking Twister still. I'm going to go Twister. Maybe it's because I haven't seen it before, but currently,
Wow.
Twister's winning. That's my hot take.
Wow, that is a hot take. Yeah.
It had a cow in it. This movie, no cow.
No, there was a dog.
No, but
Dog
in
jumps
Twister,
away from
Ash,
fire.
They're chasing. I don't know if you've seen this movie, but
No.
and it's got bad CGI. But they're chasing a Twister, right? And they're approaching it, and a cow flies past. And then they're like, "Oh, that's weird." And then another cow flies past, and then someone goes, "Oh, there's another one," and another character goes, "I think it was the same cow." Dun dun dun.
Man.
What's Independence Day got on that shit? Nothing. That's right.
It's just Will Smith talking about a fat lady all the time. Okay?
Yep. Not singing.
Not singing. You know. I will say the other interesting factoid that I found out while doing this research. Do you know who the president's daughter is in this movie?
No, I do not.
It's Mae Whitman, who people would probably know from like The Duff or Parenthood or Scott Pilgrim.
Wait. Let me look this up. Let's see this person. Oh, like the main girl from Duff. Yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Kind of crazy.
There you go. Did not know that.
Yeah.
Now I know. Oh, yeah, and Roxy from Scott Pilgrim.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Here we go. All right.
Movie trivia.
Movie trivia. Let us know what you thought of Independence Day, and if you're excited to see Moonfall. Are you excited to see Moonfall, Dylan?
No.
By going to explosionnetwork.com/support to go into explosionnetwork.com/Twitter or jump into a Discord.
What do you want me to say?
Or jump into a Discord at explosionnetwork.com/Discord. If you want to hear it, what do you want to watch? Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or on Podchaser, or tell people about the show, or leave us 5 stars on Spotify. And if you like this episode, thought it was worth $1, head on over to a Cove page at explosionnetwork.com/support. Thank you very much for listening. Until next time, keep watching stuff, I guess.
Fast enough, get him out of there!
Should we win the day,
The 4th of July will no longer be known as an American holiday, but as the day when the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night, we will not vanish without a fight, we're going to live on, we're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
That's what I call a close encounter.